Namaste. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful day. I'm coming in from a marathon in the beautiful forest. Gaia is truly amazing. I love to connect to the earth. It is just brings me back to myself and allows me to channel also, because I get the opportunity to flush out energies, and it feels amazing. But coming back to talking, it's very still. So as I'm doing this gesture, it feels quite ridiculous doing them now. So I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit awkward. But as I was running, there was a few things that just that I felt called to speak to you about. I know that you're all so wonderful into going out into the forest and taking deep breaths and being an empath and feeling all of this. It is a privilege to just go into the forest. And if you have felt closed off and numb, it is not strange that you felt that way, because when you feel so much at once, you shut down. And it's not strange that we do it in this way, because it can get overwhelming and too much. When you live in a city where there's a lot of movement and things are happening constantly, and there is egos and they're clashing and their energies, and you're an empath and you're just feeling like you're carrying all of these burdens of everything, it can be so overwhelming that you just shut down. And I want you to know that there's nothing wrong that you've done that. Don't shame yourself that you've numbed yourself. You know, some people numb themselves by drinking or using substances of all kinds. And truly, I can look at people like that and say, wow, maybe somewhere there's a beautiful soul hiding with so many gifts, but these gifts can't surface because they are numbing themselves. And there is a feeling of a compassion feeling towards every human being in all walks of life, that it's difficult. You know, we all have our challenges and we all have our stories, and we all are coming from different places, and there's so many misunderstandings and ego clashes, and it's very overwhelming. So I just want you to know that it's okay, you know, it's okay. It is very overwhelming. We do understand that. But you can do it. You have the support, and everything that you are going through is giving you something, is teaching you something. And, you know, in moments like this, we totally get it. Like, nobody wants to be in a situation and think about that you're going to, everything will be fine in the end. You know, you just want to know that you want to be fine now, because it feels like a journey of suffering in so much suffering, and it's been a long time. And everybody wants clarity and direction, and nobody's getting clarity or directions. And that's causing them to act and behave in certain ways, and pattern comes up, when a person is feeling nervous or misunderstood or stressed out, they tend to lash out in different ways. And when we're prone to have so many misunderstandings, it becomes so much more difficult to deal with. So as we were running and just enjoying the present moment, I have this epiphany that we're all rushing too much. We're just rushing through life because we've been conditioned in this way. We seem to forget that we all have our running lane, our own path. And in this race, we're not measuring who entered first or last. The only thing that counts is that you actually entered. You entered the finish line. That's the only thing that matters in the universe. This is how universe sees us working together. That nothing is about time. And we've been so conditioned that it's all about getting the most things done. Then you're productive, then you're good. When you're running, you have to run a certain time. And it's just these unnecessary suffering that we've been putting on ourselves, unconsciously, of course, but still they're affecting us, and we're affecting each other because we are sharing thoughts. And everything in our reality is our thoughts. And we've been all letting news, different television, different programming. I mean, it's called program. It's literally saying in the word that it's programming you into something, that it wants you to behave and do a certain type of way. And then we have this AL, this new technology, which is very good, but still it is dragging us away from the purpose of what we came here to do. And especially now, it's being so much pushed. It's because we're right on the verge of understanding. We've just understood that, oh my gosh, we've all been so manipulated. We've just accepted that someone else gives us something in order for us to give them back something. And we've never really thought of, how do I feel about this? Do I really feel good about doing this? How is this affecting the people that I'm doing it to? This doesn't feel right. And we are starting to question everything. We're questioning, like, where am I working? What are these people thinking? Really, this is not okay. And just looking to authority and being like, these people are supposed to help us and support us. They don't even know what they're doing. And it freaks people out to see all of this chaos and everything happening around them. And then you're supposed to trust these authorities. And then you're looking at, and they're like falling apart. And then you have this realization of, oh my God, we put the trust in this. We trusted that this will help us somewhere. And they're falling apart. And that makes everyone question. And, sometimes human beings like to run into denial. I know that's not like that. But how long can we deny? We cannot live in denial for that long, because the vibration of the earth is just raising frequently higher and higher. And the past and the present is not even here. Most of the people are living in the fourth dimension. They're living in the present moment, which is right here and right now. Right here and right now, where you are, no matter when you see this. These are different layers, and you're just falling through them. So this video maybe is here, and you're watching it, you're over here. It's still in your now. So that means that whenever you're watching this, it's timeless. And I know you're in the fourth dimension for sure, because that is the training ground. That is your training ground if you're going to work with black magic or white magic. It's like a field of test when spirit is testing you and saying, okay, 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 you want to work with us, higher dimensional beings? Okay, why are you doing this? Is this for a selfish reason? What do you want to gain out of this? What do you truly want? Is it serving your purpose or the greatest purpose of everyone? And then you're just put into this fourth dimensional playground where you can play with magic and create magic, but you have to make a choice of, are you going to use it for a great cause or a bad cause? So that this is your testing field, you know? So you're being tested when you're in the fourth. And some people, they get stuck there. They're just stuck in the fourth dimension, and they're just doing this black magic, and they're just stuck in this loop. You know, they just keep on going with the same thing happening over and over again, suffering, believing that the suffering is from an outside source when it's actually coming from themselves. And you have compassion with them too, you know, because even though, you know, they made that choice, you still have to stay compassionate and understanding that we are all one. And it doesn't say that it's right, but the way that we've been living this reality, as in somebody does something wrong and they can be sentenced to death, let's just be honest. We didn't give life. You know, when we take a life, we know that we've already done something horribly wrong. It doesn't matter if that person took a life, because they will have to pay that karma. But when we think that we're good, see, this is where we know that we're standing in the ego mind of thinking, no, they hurt a child and therefore they should be sentenced to death. Makes sense. But this individual is sick. This individual is living in darkness, in their shadow of not understanding what they're actually doing and creating around them. Does it help for us to punish someone that's sick? They will not understand it. And punishing people like that makes us the same. We're the same. So people that are standing there, no, but we are judging and we are judging and this is good for everyone's good. It's not. When we go to that extreme that we take someone's life, it's just, it's literally saying that we went too far. We know that we went too far. We went too far as a human race when we allow that to happen. That's just saying how unconsciously we're operating when we allow that to happen to even the first person that had to go through it. So we need to consciously sit with this. And this is no mean that it is okay. I'm not saying that it's okay for people to use black magic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying have compassion, because those people will end up suffering the most. It doesn't help when we take it. The only thing that can help us as empaths, as carriers of the light, is to stand and to show how great light looks with love and kindness. And not kindness where you're weak and you say, oh, it's okay. Oh, you stepped on my toe. It's okay. No, no. What you did was horrible. It wasn't okay. It wasn't. And I will turn my back away from you because I don't want to face you anymore. But I will not discard of who you are as a human, as a soul. I will try to learn something, because when we look at each other, we can learn from each other. We can see into each other and learn these different patterns that we have. Why is this person doing like this? Why? Why are they doing it like this? Why are they arguing and petty? Why? What is the root cause? Because it's really never about you. It really isn't. We sometimes believe that it is. And I say in all of this, it's not easy. I feel as an empath, I can get very upset. And I don't know how far away we got from the subject of me having this marathon in the forest, but this is what needed to come through, I guess. Um, but to just jump away from that side note, we need to bring it back to ourselves, okay? Because people will always do horrible things and it will look horrible. It's because they're we have no authorities, we have no ground, we have to create a whole new reality. Do you understand? The old earth is dead. There is nothing there. Okay, there are people just holding on for their life to something that's already dead. It's dead. There's no one's gonna save you there. Nothing is gonna happen. There's not gonna just be a change and everything's gonna be no. We are contributing every day to it by looking inwards, sitting with yourself, meditating, taking time for yourself. I mean, that is a spiritual practice. Just breathing, just breathing. Just see, where's your breath? Where are you now? Where are you? Are you out there thinking about the job? Are you having these thoughts? Because thoughts create our reality. Everything is thought, okay? So all thoughts is our reality. What have we been thinking? Look at the world. It's a mess. We've been thinking horrible things. We have co-created this when we could have created something wonderful. Why did we choose this? What can we learn from this? And it's difficult. It's difficult to take accountability for the part that you play. Because we always want to say, no, they did it, and it's because of this, and it's because of that. No, everyone played their part. You played your part, I played my part, everyone played their part. Here's the thing, what do we do about it? Do we blame on each other? Do we argue? Or do we take accountability to say, wait, there's something I need to look at inside of myself. There's something that I need to change with myself to change the reality that I'm living. I have to change something about myself. I have to see something that I don't want to see. Most people have patterns and behavior they don't want to see. They just want to pin it on someone else. No, they did this to me and I am the victim. You're not the victim. Nobody is the victim. You allowed yourself to become the victim because you thought that that will give you something better. It doesn't. You allowed yourself to be this horrible beast because you thought it was going to give you a better position, but it didn't. It doesn't. We need to understand that we are here. Everyone has something to give. Okay? Just because someone is kind and soft doesn't give another person the right to use them. It doesn't say, oh, look, it's kind and soft. It's giving me the right. No. You have something that you need to heal. Something is sick that is allowing you to even think that thought. Because a healthy person sees another one that's kind and you want to nurture it. You want to love it. You're healthy. If you see something and you want to hurt it because it's weak or you want to use it, something is not healthy inside of you. And the first step is you realizing that, oh, I need to look at this. I need to look at this. I need to be honest. So just be honest with yourselves, you know? And if you're an empath and you've been struggling, why are my parents like that? Why are my old friends behaving like this? Why don't they accept a new me? Or a relationship. I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't even understand why did I pick this person? I have nothing in common with them. Whatever you're going through, just come back to yourself. When you change your thoughts, when you live in the present moment, it sounds so cliche and so simple, but it is that simple. We've overcomplicated so many things and just created a whole madness of it. Cause and effect will always be. If you hurt someone, you will get hurt. One way or another, with a sickness, with something, you will get hurt. You can't get away of nothing. This is the reality of it. Many people sure want to believe that they can get away with it, but that's just 3D mentality thinking of it's not going to happen if anyone didn't see it. I mean, it doesn't work like that. We are being watched constantly. It's just the more that you zoom in is when you believe that, no, this is me. I'm in this little society and this is all that it is. But when you zoom out and you see everything, you realize, oh, whoa, everyone can see everything. And this was just me zooming in. You see, that's what the ego does. It goes into the detail. But if you don't see the full picture, the detail doesn't even matter in the end. It's not even necessary. Especially if the detail is so insignificant. Then you have to be a detail that's very sophisticated and very precise and very, very bright for it to even be shown in the big picture. So zoom out. Don't be afraid. Don't freak out. Zoom out and just stay in yourself. Feel that. Is it easy? No. When I was going for my run, every time I go for my run, since I started to open up myself again, it's horrible. I feel like I'm being tortured the whole way. I'm literally being tortured by energies. I have like pain in my body, just attacks from attacks. I can feel them. I can feel it happening and it just feels horrible. It feels absolutely horrible. And then as soon as I enter the forest, I enter like a holy ground where Mother Earth just carries you so softly and gently. There's just no pain. As soon as I start interacting, seeing more people, the same thing comes back. I can feel their frustration. I can even feel on the ground that I'm walking with, like, oh, here is a lot of dense energy. While in other places, it's like so light. It's like a feather. It's wonderful and amazing. So everything that you feel as an empath, don't second guess yourself as, no, this is not just true. It's just in my mind. It's just if you're feeling something when you're out walking in the forest. And if something, allow it to be there. But remember, always remember that all is well. You are being taken care of. And it is difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. It's not. I'm going to be honest with you. Some people think it's just this beautiful. No, it's being realistic enough to understand that it's a lot. It's messy. This is happening. But at the same time, standing in love and light, raising that vibration, raising that frequency of being in the higher lights, and therefore not being affected in the same way, like it just runs away from you, like water runs through you, right? This things also runs through you and it runs away from you. All lower vibrational energy, they can't stand it, so they just disappear. You don't have to worry about other things. The only thing you need to focus on yourself, your growth, expand your light, expand yourself, and know that you're not alone. You're not alone. You are here. You're listening to this channel. Do you understand? You are amazing. You are willing to hear a different point of view. That in itself is amazing. I'm feeling honored. And I love hearing other people, other YouTubers, when they speak about something with passion, when they share their view. You're not supposed to agree with everything. That's not the point of anything that you're listening. It's about seeing another side of yourself that is willing to put themselves out there. You see, not many people are willing to do that. They want to conform, they want to sit still, they don't want to stand out, it's uncomfortable, but the future is all about you standing in your essence. Because how will we learn something from each other if you're not standing in your essence? because that's your greatest blessings. That's why this experience is even happening. It's for me to recognize myself in you, but in a different point of view. And that's when I know that I'm in my essence and you're in your essence. But if you're going to have a mask on, or if you're going to be somewhere else, or have a perfume playing to be something that you're not, then I cannot see the real you. It's a distorted version. And therefore it feels fake. That's why as an empath, you can feel that. You can just feel like, oh no, this doesn't feel right. This feels so fake. Because the other person has a mask. And it's forcing you to put on a mask. Pretend with me. Please pretend with me. No, I don't want to take this up. Pretend with me. Talk the way that, and as an empath, you're like, oh, this person really feels uncomfortable. Maybe I should talk like them. No, you're giving away your power. I know I've done this so many times and I get upset at myself when I do it. But it's also uncomfortable as an empath to feel how uncomfortable people are. And because you're compassionate with them, you don't want them to just stand there and not understand. So you're like making it the transition more comfortable, but it's costing something from you, So it's recognizing this. Do I really want to change myself for someone to feel comfortable? Because if you're truly, your intentions are love, doesn't matter if you're quiet or if you speak. No. I mean, you being quiet is even better. But people can't handle the silence. They freak out when people are quiet. They don't know where people stand with each other when they're quiet. And it's quite sad. If we can't stand with each other in silence, without speaking to each other, everything's okay, I'm not going to create anything bad, everything's okay, here I am smiling. We need to feel comfortable in each other's presence. We need to allow ourselves to be the original that we are and not judge each other for it. Admire each other for it. Look at each other with eyes of admiration and being wowed. Oh, wow, this is so different. I've never seen anything like this. What is this? What is this person talking about? Well, let me understand it. Let's be curious and open like children. Like, wow, we can explore this. And yes, it's messy, it's happening, but it's also forcing us to shift and to say, hey, this has all been fake. Let's just keep it real. And maybe I don't know what real is yet. I have no idea. I've never tried it. Maybe you haven't. And that's okay. But at least be willing and honest to say, you know what? I don't know who I am. I don't know what this is. I've never done this. I'm taking up the mask. Nothing is there. And that's okay. Then let it be like that. Let it be like that. But take that initial step to open yourself up. Because the world needs you. The world doesn't need people to close themselves in and to resist and to suffer. And to tie this back, if you've been here in this video, because this was a long video, I truly apologize. It's not meant to be, but when we're sitting here and we're channeling, it just happens that there's so much for you all that need to hear some parts. But as we were running and we were going up and down and here and there, it came a point where, you want to pee, right? And usually I felt the programming, no, you have to be strong. And, I hear these thoughts. I know that they're not my thoughts. It's just the thoughts in the field. So the thoughts click in because I'm open to everything. So the thoughts clicked in and you got to continue. You can't pee in the forest. And I said, no, that's not my thoughts. I wouldn't have a thought like that because for me, I'm a free soul. I don't care. If I need to pee, I'll pee. I don't care. I'm not going to suffer this body that has been given to me as a tool. to make it suffer because I want to prove a point. I want to be this ego and I want to run into the finish line and look beautiful and wow, I'm so strong and I suffered and I didn't pee the whole way. That is just crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So, I stopped and I peed and I said, wow, there was just a channeling coming through and saying, this is what people need to understand. They feel so uncomfortable of, no, I can't stop now to do this, I will delay it. No, it's the same thing when you're doing something. You need to rest, okay? It's so essential for you to rest when you do something. The same thing when you run. If you need to stop because you feel uncomfortable in an area and you start to stretch it, that's a wonderful thing. If you're walking and you feel a discomfort in an area, it's okay to stop and to change direction. And the mind will say, hey, what are you doing? It's a trail here. Why are you not walking like this? Why did you went like... The mind doesn't know intuition. You go with your intuition. I'm just talking to everyone's perspective because maybe you're watching this and you're like, I've never even went outside to walk. I've never run. Whatever it is, I've never done a marathon or went out for a jog or whatever you might be looking at this channel and doing. There is just an encouragement here to have you to understand that when we are doing something, to not force ourselves. We need to listen to our body. If your body is saying, hey, there is a scratch here, scratch it, stop. It's like when I sometimes when I go to town, I can see people running, and there's a stop sign and they're just standing there and running. It's like, it's so crazy because it's the ego. It's like, I can't stop as I'm standing here. No, it's a stop sign. Stop for a second. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you are not worthy when you are running. You're still having your worth. But we believe that these thoughts are us. And when these thoughts come into the frequency of the banner that we are in, we can hear that thought and we'll immediately take it and believe it to be ours. No, it's my thought. It was me hearing this and the ego. And the ego will always cut you down. Oh, you stop at the stop sign. You're not worthy. Don't listen to none of that. None of that is true. None of that is true. What is true is for you to take care of yourself. So if you're out in the forest, you're walking, you're running, you're jogging, whatever you're doing, when you're in the forest and you feel like you want to pee, you go and pee. You have a drop of pee in your pants, that's okay. If you're running, you're sweating. That's not comfortable. You will come home eventually and you will change. There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay to be clean. But you don't have to listen to the mind constantly with their chatter of what is right and what is wrong. You need to feel it with your intuition in the moment. What is really right in this moment? Because we are stepping out of all of that has been, and we are stepping into intuition. And in intuition, things that can be wrong in one moment can be completely right in the other moment. It all depends on what is happening in the circumstances. So please try to understand this, that it is completely okay. So yeah, today I peed in the forest. I will say it. I will share this to minimize the maybe embarrassment of someone that's standing and wanting to change direction in their walking because they'll feel like everyone will look at me. That's the ego again. Everyone's looking at me. I'm looking stupid right now. No, you're not. You're not looking stupid. Yes, there is. You're right in that you're being watched by everything. But everything that loves you will not judge you. The ego will point at you and say, haha, look, you're looking stupid. You just changed. Nobody knows why you changed direction. You're looking crazy now. That is the ego. That's not love. You never listen to anything that will come to you from a place of hatred because it's not true. When it comes from love, love doesn't judge you. Love will look at you and, oh, it's a change of direction. It just is. It's just a change of direction. It's not an insult waved into changing the direction. Do you understand the difference between positive and negative? Positive will not cut you down. It will love you. It will not judge you. That's when you know that you're hearing truth. When you hear something that is cutting you down, that's judging you, don't believe it. Don't believe it for a second, because it's not true. You're a beautiful being, and you deserve so much in life. And it's amazing if you all guys are going to the forest. I'm pushing this about the forest because I really want you to know that these cell towers, this 5G, all of this blasting through the air, it's really affecting us in a negative way, because we are stepping into new, and with renewal comes so much resistance. So I cannot emphasize this enough of how important it is to just go out in the forest, even if you do it 5 minutes a day. Just go out there and stand there and feel the vibration, feel the connection, ground yourself, because you will need to ground yourself at this time. For the future ahead, you need to ground yourself. You need to start now and just work with everything that you have around you, okay? In moderation, of course. I mean, use devices also, but in moderation. Just be aware that they can pull you away from your true purpose also. So just keep that in mind as you move forward into this week, and know that you can do this, okay? It is difficult, but you can do this. You just keep your vibration high, keep your thoughts positive, say positive things, affirm to yourself today, I am beautiful, I'm worthy of love. And the more I love myself, the more love I will receive from everyone else. That is your mantra of today. And as usual, you guys, you can just click past this part if you are not interested in the tools of divination. But we use all the tools at our disposal, and we hope that you also do that. So I hope this video made sense, because there was a lot of energies right now, and the video is very long. So if you made it till now, thank you. You're amazing. And please like and share and subscribe. We love you guys so much. This is truly an honor to just change the vibration. Yeah. There is something being hidden from you. There are, if you have been suspected, people, places that has been hidden from you, the truth, well, it's true. They are hiding something for sure from you, the people around you. But here's what I want you to know. When there are people hiding the truth, they're truly hurting themselves. You will get your happy ending regardless. Do you need to care about this? No. Because if you have to hide something from someone, do you truly feel good yourself? No, you don't. So don't be resentful to these people. Just wish them well and hope that they'll find their peace in their direction and move past it, because you're going to have your continuation. You're going to have your happy ending regardless. So this was all meant for you to elevate yourself, okay? Because you have what it takes. So it is truly an honor. Let's just take one more, okay? Let's just take one more. Wow. Wow, wow. That was a powerful ending message. Spirit, give us one more message for the viewer. What do they need to see and know? Yeah, because you're awakening. You're awakening, and you're seeing the truth for what it is. Everything that has been hidden will be revealed, and it is over and finished. You're leaving all of that chapter. And isn't that wonderful? So blessings to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you. Thank you for being here. Namaste, everyone. Bye.